where you at, man?
Get high, the brother too slow, as police drove.
My bad. What the hell? What's up? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What a good dude. Let me let the people pile in, and let me let the family pile in. Can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? That was my mistake. I'm sitting over here again due to technical difficulties. You know. What's good, y'all? This is Wolfgang Amadeus. I am back on the set, y'all, and I'm here for, y'all know what I'm here for. This is the DogPiling expose part 2. And we're going to focus in on Piers Morgan. I'm going to touch up a little bit on Ariel Mitchell kid as well, a little bit about her background. I'll clarify some stuff with the real life situation, and I'll touch up on the Sean Atwood, and I think tomorrow I'll get more into the Sean Atwood side of the game. But for now, hey, I got something for y'all. I want y'all to check this out. Y'all tell me what y'all think, all right?
You are now rocking with the West Side.
Let it go.
This your boy Wolfgang. Drew in from the beat. This is the magnum opus, the contradiction, killer priest, Sauce, yeah, and the infamous
Black diamond, the contradiction, spit shit called friction. Pitching knowledge to fear with clear diction. But sometimes I won't lie, I talk about some shit that's on the low chakra level. It's time to talk about the devil and the Lord, and how positive and negative creates life, and the real meaning of the Christ, the afterlife and all that. See, let's take it back. Now let's keep it here. Why this mind here? It's time to connect and elevate the game. Let's make a new lane with the educated and brothers that do bang. We all seen how they did Barack Hussein. We all monkeys to them. I wanna send something through them. When I see them about to buck, I set them up quick. Cause I got knowledge of self and I tell them suck dick. They say I rhyme like a bully talking tough shit, but every line is defined. I'm sure in time you love it, beloved. Yeah, killer priest. How we do? You know what I mean? As time goes by, an eye for an eye, we in this together, son, your beef is mine. So long as the sunshine can light up the sky, so long as the blunt roll, we can get high. The brother too slow, as police drove by, tried to cover up the holes, please don't die. Dealing the blister cold, asking God why. I stood up, my face froze, my mind rewind. Slavery, war, some show bravery, got us like Christ, hide our firstborn babies. World is crazy, baby, it was the 80s, they got off safety, hand was shaky. Don't make me. Have you looked at our boys and girls lately? The president's the devil. Con artist when I market. Buy bread, turns it into metal. Christ bled because of shekels. His blood spread through the ghettos. Shoot them all that hate minorities. USA under Satan's authority.
memory of an elephant I never forget. Doctor told me I wouldn't walk, but now I walk with a limp. And my legs all good, I still walk with a stick. Better watch how you moving or get hit with a clip. Your time is ticking, but my rollie is silent. I was toting heavy Glocks, ain't promoting the violence. Ain't don't gotta do no fighting, send my homies, they wildin'. But I'm chillin' like a villain, making profit on talent. Think the devil with my soul, but God won't let me go. I be sipping on the spirits, add some ice to make it cold. Mama told me I was blessed, ain't no need to carry text. You can use that same energy to get me out the checks. And I started to believe it, started writing all this ether. Late night sessions, fire coming out the speakers. And I'm thinking I'ma blow, and my father on the road. Flooded rollie up with diamonds, now my wrist is looking fro.
Yeah, that's that hip hop shit. Yeah, ooh, that's that hip hop.
Yes.
You know?
You're now rocking with the West Side.
What's up, y'all? I told y'all I'm back in this beat. Y'all know what it could do. Up. West Siders in the house. You want to give a shout out? You want me to give you a shout out? Go ahead and let me start with the shout outs. You know what I'm saying? Again, Holly O was good. The Jaguar Wright effect. Jennifer O. Jenny. What it could do. Is that all? That's all we have? That's it? All right. Well, if that's it, let me at least get the likes up. Can we get the likes up? Please get the likes up. Get the likes up. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Jennifer O. Jenny. Carla. Hey. Salute. Yeah, y'all. All right. So I guess before I get into the thick of it, I don't know. I had more people chiming in earlier, and now it's like people fell off. I don't know what part of the game is that, but overall, though, look. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I kind of wanted to get into a few things before I got into the subject at hand. I really did. I didn't want to just jump right into it. Before I got into this, I wanted to say a few things. You know what I'm saying? So let me know if y'all want me to just get right into this, because it's very interesting. I'm just putting two and two together right now when it comes to what it is that Piers Morgan, his effect of what he did with retracting and uncensored. It's called Piers Morgan Uncensored. And for the first time, he had to censor. And I wanted to get into a brief little history of who Piers is and what he's about. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Millie Dowler. A lot of us in the U.S. we're not aware of Millie Dowler. I'm gonna get deeper into that story. It's a little bit crazy. Y'all can do y'all research and y'all can look it up and kind of see for yourself. But I said, let me do a deeper dive, and I'm gonna just go into what I think is going on and what transpired with Piers Morgan. So if y'all follow me, definitely hit the like button, and yeah, get the likes up, please. Yeah, I'm all ears for whatever. Okay, all right. Well, look, let me say this. I on the last one, I intended on talking about this. I'm going to talk about the vulture, and I was going to talk about this guy named Energy of Atlas, Ralph something or whatever, because I'm still getting the effects of the thirsty channels. I'll say it like that. The channels that, the parasitic channels, when all they do is go after Jag, and they create content. They make money off of Jag. So basically, Jag can take a dump and they're gonna eat it. That's essentially what they're doing. But Ralph reached out because I guess one of his channels got struck and he can't go live, or I think it's done. And he reached out to me, and he basically was like, hey man, can you let me actually pull up exactly what he said. Hold on one second. All right, let the beat bang. Yeah. Shout out to Sag. He did this beat. This is this one of them ones. So yeah, basically, essentially, this is a brief little situation that that my guy, Mr. Ralph, he emailed me talking about lifting strikes He has strikes on his page, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, it's an old one. I got 3 strikes from you. I got 3 strikes, 2 from you, and they're old. And I basically was like, yeah, I'll see if I can remove it. And he said, maybe we should talk about bigger things. There's a lot of money to be made in all the madness between YouTube, TikTok, Jaguar Wright. This could turn this around, but we need to open up the network and let the internet do the rest. Let the internet work for you, kind of thing. I can explain more. I told him, no offense, man, I'm not effing with you unless you can give me some kind of info regarding what I'm looking for. And he's like, he don't know what I'm talking about. And he came from the TikTok conspiracy theories and a messy TikTok. And he knew nothing about the trolls or BS that's happening, and he got pulled in this and or whatever. And I told him, man, if you can't help me, no disrespect, all the vitriol that you pointed towards me and had towards me, I can't rock with you. I ain't doing nothing for you. And that was it. He was like, all right, thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah. But there was a few other back and forth. But I'm like, why is you hitting me up about anything? You know, yeah, like these people on YouTube are weird. That's the only way I could really say it. Because I'm like, you sat here, did all this content about me and called me all kind of names, and you're being disrespectful, and you expect me to just come at you and be, you know, just capitulate to what it is that you want. My whole new theme is I'm nice and ruthless. I'm not playing with nobody. I'm gonna be hella nice. I'm gonna be hella ruthless. You know what I mean? So yeah, overall though, the situation at hand is the trolls. They're a contributing factor to what has been going on in these YouTube streets, and they're fanning the flames. And they're, you know, behind the scenes, right now, their content, they have no content, and that's the intent, to have no content. You have no content because all you do is harass and stalk me or Jaguar Wright. So why is it that you would want me to like help you or all of us? Oh yeah, you know, we can turn this around. Nah, man, get your goofy stuff out of here. Those other YouTube channels literally have no content at all without you. Exactly. And we have been starving. They have been starving. I've been holding on to this for a minute as far as what I was going to do with this whole expose. And this is just a drop in the bucket. This ain't it all. This is just, I'm giving y'all a little bit of content so that y'all can kind of see what's going on behind the scenes and behind the screens. I got people right now trying to subpoena me for certain stuff and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, do you know how none of that is your business and it's illegal? You know, people are just doing a whole lot. They're doing anything to just like get attention. I think that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, other channels taunt, harass, and try to create drama that doesn't exist so that they can get people to send them money. Yep. And shout out, there was a few content creators. What was that Shona Speaks? I told her reach out to me because I can give her more insight on where I want to go with what's really going on behind the scenes with you know, all that. So there's another brother, I think he has like low numbers, and I was like, yo, hit me up, man. We could chop it up because, you know, I know some things that you may not know. Yeah, y'all, come on, y'all. Show me some love. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. At least hit the like button. So yeah, before I get on to this part 2 of this dogpiling campaign, let me shout out, you know, a certain YouTuber who I did a song. Do y'all know? You know, y'all remember I did a song for someone, a YouTuber that was stalking me, still stalking me, talking about my family and stuff like that. Weirdo. What I say? How the song go? You're a freak. F you for some Casamigos. She a freak go for some Casamigos. Y'all remember that? Yeah. So I guess she decided to literally jump out the bushes, no pun intended. And you know, she hit me via email too, talking about some just something weird. I was just like, what are you on, lady? I don't rock with you. I'm not trying to help you or do anything. You do all these fake exposés about this person, and you was an ex-mod of Jag and this and that or whatever. Go attend to your husband. And that's pretty much what I said. I was like, go talk to your husband. And let me see. Can I present this? I basically got to essentially egging her on about just other stuff, and I was just dogging her out, talking to her, kind of like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you say you love, we call everyone weirdos. Yeah, I'm calling everybody a weirdo. How come I can't pull this up? Oh, this is tragic. I wanted to show y'all a picture that someone wanted to send me because they were trying to seduce me. I'm like, wait, what part of the game is this? Like, what's going on here? Like, I just was like, this is very interesting. Yeah. Like, I guess there was some seduction, something like a honey trap that was trying to be set for me, and they figure, you know, I'm a sucker. They figure I'll fall for anything. I'll stand for nothing. And I said, all right, go ahead and send me a picture, right? Go ahead and send me a picture, because you know, people try to get you to do things on the internet, and especially late night. You know, like, you know about late night Twitter. Y'all know about late night Twitter? Late night Twitter, right? So I egged it on. I said, all right, you trying to get late night freaky? What's up? I don't know why she tried to, you know, send me something. I'm like, I'm not buying it. But what happened though is she sent a picture, and I said, all right, let me check it out. So sent the picture, and let me show y'all what it looked like. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna say what it looked like. This is what it looked like when you got, you know, certain people 50 years old trying to seduce you. This is the type of what's the word? What are we looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? This is literally the type of, I'll say, effery that goes on behind the scenes. And you know, like Adria English, she was sending me, look at what my ex-husband sent. Like, she sent me straight up peas on to my phone. I'm like, I'm not trying to see this. Her ex-husband sucking on. So I was like, I'm cool on that. And then she's, you know, check out my collection. She sent me her, I guess she was Omanique or something. She check you. Look at my, like, this is my catalog. I'm like, I'm okay, all right. So yeah, one of her ex-mods tried to, you know, honey trap me and sent me something, and I'm like, I'm not trying to see that. You know how dudes will send, you know, D pics. She tried to send me the equivalent of that, and that thing looked like some a ball of bees. I was like, oh shit! I got scared. I got scared. I was like, what the part of the game? 1976. It looked something like this, y'all. I was like, oh. Yeah, it's thirsty out in them streets. It's real thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's real thirsty. People out here doing the most. All right, so look, y'all. Oh wait, hold on. I got another story, and this ain't got nothing to do with the trolls or anything like that. This is just some like political worldview type of ish, because I got wind of the story what was it? Real Nagas. He was the one that dropped this. Shout out to him. Let me see if I got the thing pulled up. I found out that there was, and this is totally, you know, something different, but there was a situation that happened with the CIA when certain documents were declassified from Russia. So you guys know, like, there's been a whole bunch of just drops, a bunch of dumps of the CIA dropping, you know, all types of stuff in relation to what's going on in the world, what has been going on in the world. And it's very interesting. You know, I think something came about with the situation with the Kennedy unalivement, and they finally told the truth about that. Very interesting. But oh man, can I find this thing? I went to the Daily Mail. Let me just go there. What part of the game? Okay, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm like, what's part of the game? What part of the game? All right, look. I went to the Daily Mail. Let me just say this real quick. What's the CIA? Okay. There was some very interesting things about things that the CIA dropped in regards to declassified files, and they dropped this. Let me just make it quick, make it brief. So let me tell you this. This is 35 years ago when this happened. So this is like towards the end of the Cold War. Y'all know about the Cold War, where it was Russia and the U.S. were basically beefing. And, you know, it had something to do with the Monroe Doctrine, where, you know, the United States is going to do what they're going to do on this side of the hemisphere, and Russia's going to do what it needs to do on that side of the hemisphere. It's like gang territory. Y'all don't come over here doing anything, we ain't going to go over there doing anything. So, keep game. Y'all know, you know, the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. Nicaragua is like south of us. And that country has some potential Soviet involvement, and it was like the U.S. was like, nah, we not. The thing that's going on with Ukraine, with Zelensky and all that or whatever, just peep the game, peep the play. Basically, it's kind of like it's I think it's called the Monroe Doctrine, where y'all do what y'all do on this side of the world, we're gonna do what we do on this side of the world. It's like, don't come over here bringing anything, and that's pretty much what the agreement was, the tacit agreement. You know what I'm saying? Let me switch my beats up. All right, look. So, with that Monroe Doctrine in place, that's just what it was. Y'all do what y'all do on this side, we do what we do on this side. We you know, don't come over here with any of that political. Don't come over here with the communism. Don't come over here with the capitalism. That's pretty much what it was. Yeah, this thing over here, set tripping. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to switch my beat. So, but overall, yo, can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on here. Just home. Am I under attack? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, man. Just in case, if y'all can't hear me, I'm still keeping it pushing. I don't know what's going on with my music. I don't know what's going on with this thing kind of like went on me. All right, look. So let's get it back. What's up with this? This whole thing is gang banging on me. Okay. Monroe Doctrine basically states that the U.S. does what they do on this side of the hemisphere. The Russians and Chinese, they do what they do on that side of the hemisphere. I'll basically just say the Cold War always stopped with some other stuff that was going on behind the scenes that the public wasn't even supposed to really be privy to. So, for instance, the U.S. stockpiled all these nuclear weapons in the 60s and 70s. The Russians were stockpiling all these nuclear weapons in the 60s and 70s. Now, what's going on? I don't understand why. It's kind of like mutual destruction. Like you're stockpiling all these weapons. You can blow the whole world up over 8 times. Why would you do that? So I always thought it was something else going on besides, okay, yeah, Russia's beefing with the U.S. U.S. beefing with Russia. It's communism versus. It's always something deeper. So I basically thought that maybe it was an extraterrestrial interference to the world with the Cold War at the time. So that theory has always been like, I don't think the Cold War was what the Cold War was really about. Because why are you stockpiling all these weapons? But this story here will kind of prove my point, because here's where I'm at with it. There probably more than likely was some extraterrestrial involvement dealing with this Cold War. So again, this happened 35 years ago. Chilling, declassified CIA files. This is what the Daily Mail has produced, or they did this a few days ago. They are talking about an incident that happened about 35 years ago. And see, I don't know why. Okay, I'm like, why is this thing not even... Okay, can you move out the way? The advertisement. Declassified CIA file reveals aliens committed revenge massacre after UFO was shot down. Let me just break it down like this. Essentially, some UFO was flying in Siberia, flying around, and the Russians shot it down. When the Russians shot it down, the extraterrestrials that were in the spacecraft got out, and they got together. It was about 5 of them. They got together and like formed this sphere. They turned into like this one being, and basically it said, this is what they said. It said that is a 250-page top secret file acquired by the U.S. intelligence agents. Eyewitnessing said 5 aliens climbed out of their wrecked craft, combined themselves into one creature, exploded into a burst of energy, and turned 23 of the 25 soldiers into solid rock. That is crazy. Y'all can look at this. I'm not making this up. Now, I hope this is like fiction. I really hope so. This sounds like a good science fiction movie. But the Daily Mail got the documents right here. Y'all can look into it. This is really what happened. They said that it was 25 soldiers. They all gathered around to check out what was going on with this alien ship, and then they got together, burst into some kind of flame, and they basically oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sitting over here trying to show y'all, and it's not even showing. Yeah, look, this whole stream is just tripping. Like, my music ain't even playing like it's supposed to. This is really, really weird. I think this is a work of Piers Morgan and what your guy Piers Morgan and Rupert Murdoch. All right, look, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick, just because I thought I had it shown. But this is the article. This is the actual document that the CIA had over these past 35 years. And this is the article in the Daily Mail. Chilling declassified CIA file reveals alien committed revenge massacre after UFO was shot down. This is crazy. So I I know that something else was going on deeper with that whole situation with the Cold War. Y'all can act like y'all, believe what they tell you in these books and, the cover story that they have in the media. But if that is true, what I just read in that article, man, that is very disturbing. The aliens got together and they formed into like this one creature, and then it burst into this energy, and everybody turned into solid rock. It basically turned most of the soldiers into like limestone. It took their blood and did something, turned them into limestone. That is crazy. All right, for the main event, y'all, let's just get into it. So everybody know that I have been talking about the situation with the dogpiling campaign against Jaguar Wright, and it goes deeper than these trolls and these people online who are trying to get information and yada yada and this and that. It's way deeper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hopefully my sound is better. I see people were saying the sound was going out and stuff like that. Hopefully the sound is better now. But yeah, they're definitely trying to block. It is what it is. But I'm gonna get this done. We're gonna get this story done within the next 20. And again, I appreciate y'all even showing up. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all let me know y'all appreciate what it is that we do. And we might have to start doing like members only stuff, because when I really start getting deep into it, I'm gonna go members only. So right now, I'm exposing what has been going on with Jaguar Wright in this dogpiling campaign. Someone said, you know, dogpiling is too big of a word for certain audiences. I think y'all know what a dogpile is. And I already explained it. I said it. If y'all don't know, if you didn't hear yesterday, a dogpile is a social media campaign to target against one individual or a group of people, and it's done by a bunch of people. So, you know, you get a bunch of attacks, you get a bunch of people talking about X, Y, and Z, and it all sounds the same. And they dox information, they look for information, they do everything to just, you know, just make you uneasy when the internet ain't made for that. So Piers Morgan, in my opinion, is a part of it, allegedly, because he invited Jaguar onto his platform. Let me do this, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the music is going out, and I'm hoping y'all not getting froze out or cut out or anything like that. If y'all can hear me, put a 1. I'm basically freeing up some resources. That's what I'm doing. But Piers being a part of this campaign, in my opinion, it's very interesting, very telling. And it kind of lines up with what it is that I'm saying just in general about how these campaigns work. So if you guys are not aware, Piers was a part of something that was very despicable in the UK. And it all started, I would say, in 2002, but it didn't really get exposed until 2011. And I was unaware of Piers. But when I saw this, I said, oh man, this guy, he's a piece of work. And Piers, Rupert Murdoch. So, because a little backstory, I used to work for Rupert Murdoch for a quick second through Haim Saban, the guy who created the Power Rangers. And I was just talking to one of the OGs who worked up there, man. Shout out to you. And he was just giving me a lot of game. And I was, you know, just talking about some stuff. And he was like, yeah, you know, the whole thing with Haim, and Haim's a good dude. His wife, very lovely lady. She's a humanitarian, a real humanitarian. She really cares about the kids and stuff. But Rupert Murdoch, man, this case here with Piers, it's like he's like F them kids, because the situation about Piers Morgan and Milly Dowler, there's a scandal that happened. There was a scandal around Piers' handling of the Millie Dowler case. They basically would say it was a watershed moment in modern British journalism, revealing a collision between sensational media practices and the fundamental rights of privacy and dignity for vulnerable individuals. Stop right there. Vulnerable individuals. You hear what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about with this dogpiling, etc. At its core, the scandal pertains to how the phone hacking practices of News of the World, the newspaper at the center of the broader UK phone hacking controversy, how it impacted the case of Milly Dowler. Milly Dowler was a missing 13-year-old girl whose life was tragically upended by invasive journalistic practices. Millie was a young girl who went missing in '02, and her case became one of the most heart-wrenching examples of media exploitation. There we go, media exploitation. Piers Morgan, ties with media exploitation. Let's continue. Now, in 2011, evidence emerged that News of the World had hacked into private voicemail accounts of a bunch of people, and including Millie and her family. And that case got thrust back into the limelight. Investigative reporters discovered that the newspaper had obtained access to Millie's personal voicemail, inadvertently revealing details that suggested her fate was far more dire than previously known. The revelations also stirred public outrage, and it also prompted a national debate on the ethics of invasive journalism. Invasive journalism, right? Let me show you. We're gonna go deeper into that down the line. Now, here's Pierce's role into that invasive journalism. Piers Morgan, well-known media personality with a history of provocative commentary, came under the intense scrutiny for his response to the unfolding scandal. As the influential editor and columnist was accused of displaying an alarming intense intensity towards the victim and her family. His editorials and public statements were seen by many as defensive, and of the intrusive. Basically, he was defending the intrusive practices employed by some elements of the media, including those involved in phone hacking. Critics allege that Morgan's commentary on the Millie Dowler case appeared to downplay the gravity of the invasion of privacy committed by News of the World. Instead of condemning and basically saying that those are unethical journalistic practices that led to the exposure of that young girl's private communication, basically Pierce was perceived as rationalizing it, or at least insufficiently condemned it. The actions, that were taken by the press, he's like, okay. This perceived leniency led to widespread public backlash, with many viewers viewing his stance as emblematic of a broader culture within parts of the media that prioritize sensationalism over ethics. So the ethical ramifications and, with this whole fallout of the Millie Dowler scandal was both far-reaching and transformative legally. The revelation of the phone hacking prompted vigorous investigations by law enforcement agencies, and it led to criminal charges against those involved in the hacking of private communications. The scandal was one of the factors that eventually led to the closure of News of the World, as public outcry and legal pressures converged to force accountability within the British press. I talked about that accountability yesterday on YouTube channels, YouTubers, who they got to be accountable for what it is that they say. So ethically, the case raised significant questions about the balance between the public's right to know and the individual's right to privacy, especially for those who are most vulnerable. Morgan's measure, or his seemingly indifferent response to the scandal, was interpreted by many as malice within the media circles. And they basically said, you pursue sensational news, the stories will overshadow moral obligation to respect personal suffrage and the tragedy. So the controversy surrounding Piers Morgan's comment had the effect of reshaping media disclosure for the UK. It served as a catalyst for the calls for more stringent ethical guidelines governing press practices, especially regarding sensitive cases involving minors or distressed families. Moreover, it sparked an introspective debate amongst journalists and media watchdogs concerning the use of intrusive technologies and the limits of investigative reporting. That Milly Dowler scandal and Piers Morgan's role in the ensuing debates became a case study in the importance of accountability and potential human costs when the media oversteps its boundaries. And, you know, in the wake of the scandal, there was a shift in public sentiment towards journalism and media institutions. The public response was not merely like one of outrage, but of a demand for significant reforms in how media outlets gather and disseminate information. For many people, Piers Morgan involvement became a symbol for the systematic issues prevalent in certain segments of the press, a critique that extended well beyond the specifics of his individual commentary. While Piers Morgan continued his career in the media, the Millie Dowler episode marked a turning point that is referenced repeatedly in discussions about the media and the responsibility of ethics and the treatment of source and victims. Campaigns for stricter regulations and oversight for media practices gain traction, and the media continues to serve as a reminder. Well, the scandal, it's a reminder that potential consequences when a race for sensational news compromises ethical standards. So, wait, hold on. Can people ask why on earth you think Piers Morgan gave a shit about Jag in your stories? As you say, you didn't know. I didn't know, not know, but know Piers, as you wasn't in the UK. I'm from the UK, so I do know what I'm on boat. Let me do it in your dialect. Can you explain? Can I please ask you why on earth you think Piers Morgan? Okay, let me shut up. Okay, man. All right, Blueberry. I hear what you're saying, and again, this is why I am saying what I am saying. And I think Jag even knew or figured out that this was a play when they brought her on. I didn't know about this story and how scandalous it was, the Milly Dowler scandal. I'm assuming that Jag knew. And then, oh, hold on. Let me do something real quick. All right, there we go. So, this weirdo. You got weirdos in here. Bro, I'm going to catch you. That's on my mama. I'm going to catch you. Like, we're back on what I'm talking about when it comes to harassing and stuff like that. You got people in the chat right now being harassers. They're harassed. You're going to get your ass up out of here. Now, Jag knew that this was a play. I didn't know. But, you know, I was producing for her for about 8 months, and I said, oh, okay. This is what they do. Piers Morgan. Wow, Piers Morgan. Okay. I knew of him. I didn't know him like that. And again, him, including Jag, and again, you know, I thought it was going to be just a interview with her, but then it turned out Vlad was there, and then it turned out Ariel Mitchell was there in the end. Now, what do we have with Vlad and Ariel Mitchell? Again, Vlad, bro, you know what time it is. You lied. You went on there and straight lied and said that you never wanted her on your show, but your people reached out to her and wanted her on your show. Why'd you want her on their show? You know, you wanted her so you can try to maybe line her up, maybe. I don't know. Is that why you want it? But no, Piers did it. And Piers did it on an international level. And that's where we got into the Sean Atwood side of the game. And I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do it Thursday, because y'all don't need no part 3, part 4, part 5. I'm not the robot. I'm not going to sit here and just be doing part 3, part 4, part 5. I'm just doing it because I got time today. You know what I mean? But as I wrap this up, I'm basically saying Pierce has always been involved in some type of scandal, allegedly. And this whole thing with the dogpiling that I've discovered, I'm like, oh, okay, this lines up with his brand, allegedly. Him lining her up with Vlad, so Vlad could, you know, maybe do some sensationalized stuff on his channel. And he said something, you know, disparaging about a black woman. In fact, hold on, I think Vlad also said something that kind of just had me like, bro, what part of the game? He made a comment about her mental health. And I said, wait, hold on. What part of the game? Like, are you really supposed to just be making comments about other people's mental health and you're not their doctor? Yeah, man. He had comments about her mental health. And I thought that was, he tweeted this. He tweeted this. Hold on one second. Yep, here it is right here. I have my receipts. I keep my receipts, y'all. He tweeted this to his many followers. And this is problematic. Jaguar Wright recently did an interview where she showed an email claiming we contacted her for an interview. This is false. Only emails from @VladTV.com or individuals to invitations to the show. This is why she's covering the email address. Like I said in the Piers Morgan panel, Jaguar Wright has never been invited to do an interview, and she never will. This is someone who seems to be suffering from mental illness. Bro! All right, Vlad. Remember I told you I met you. At the Blame It on the Streets. Shout out to YG. Blame It on the Streets premiere. You was shocked to even knew I knew who you were. So when I finalize all this, I will show the actual email. And I'll still block out some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not stupid. But it's blocked out purposefully. I blocked it out. Because I'm not here to dox. But you said this seems to be like someone who's suffering from mental illness. Let's go with that, Vlad. Because I'm gonna move on, and we're gonna speak about the situation with Ariel Mitchell. I might get a strike for that. Let me not let that play. Okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. Look at here. You said someone may be suffering from mental illness. I think she even played her competency hearing to show that she's not mentally ill. Yeah. And also, I don't watermark it. I know how these thirsty people be, but Ariel Mitchell, you look like you might be in some deep doo-doo as well, because Ariel Mitchell was on the VladTV. I'm sorry. She was on the same interview that Jaguar Wright was on Piers Morgan the same day. She was the last person to be interviewed, and she was backing up Jag. She was saying some stuff or whatever, but looked like she was lining up Jag, because all the people that came on over to the Atwood side of the game, it seemed like they all had some ties to Ariel, Lionel B. That's what it seemed like. I may be incorrect. Let's just say allegedly, but they all seem like they got ties to Ariel. For instance, Courtney Burgess, who went to the grand jury with Courtney Burgess, and TMZ popped up, and she had the Burberry on, and she was whoop whoop. Who was there? Courtney Burgess, fat dump truck, and the attorney Ariel Mitchell, who represented She Diddy at first. I'm under the impression that it was Ariel Mitchell, who I think Labisha was saying that she was talking to Ariel Mitchell, but I don't know. That may not be true or not. A lot of these characters that came from that situation with Atwood, it all started with this person that's on the screen that's sitting next to Piers Morgan to a degree. So I just find it real interesting. That's kind of all I'm saying. I'm just like, I just find things very, very interesting. I cannot pull up this file, and that's great because I have the official documentation that shows that Jaguar Wright was in jail on a particular date because Ariel Mitchell put out months later, she put out a redacted lawsuit, and she included Jaguar Wright's name. She included Odell Beckham Jr.'s name. That's a dog whistle. She included Drewski. She included Big Homie CC in his lawsuit to say that they were accomplices of Diddy, and they did some horrendous things, and they said this and they said that. And the Vulture, let me say this. Let me put the Vulture out there. The Vulture, she didn't have that document, and I was able to get it for her, and I got it through someone. You know, shout out to my folks who got it to me, but. For her to go around and try to slander me and say I'm this and that or whatever, it's preposterous. It's crazy. You're obviously a cloud chaser, and we'll talk about you as well. You shouldn't bite the hand that feeds you. If someone's nice to you and you just act all this way, and then you turn around and just be who you are now, shame on you. I'm gonna let God handle you though. God bless you. God bless you. All right. But Ariel included Jag into this this lawsuit, and I do have the official records, like not the, shout out to Khadijah Lynn and people who went and got the actual, whatever. No, I had to go get the actual official tissue because we're wrapping up a whole bunch of stuff for this Jaguar stuff anyway, just in general. So I had to do that. It's like a sunset thing, just get all that stuff knocked out. But I do have the official documentation stating that, this person was incarcerated. Someone even went online, they went on Twitter and was like, oh no, she wasn't incarcerated, she got out and this and that and all that. And bro, Cook County is not going to put their stamp on something and say that this person was locked up, but they low-key were doing other things behind the scenes. That's ridiculous. She was in greater confinements. And we have the official docs. So I'm sure something's going to come with this whole Ariel Mitchell situation, her involving Jag, and there's official paperwork saying that Jag wasn't even there. But it all was a play. It was all a play. Why was Ariel Mitchell invited on with Jaguar? Who is Ariel Mitchell? Where did she come out of? Where did she come from? I want you to go back a couple of weeks back. I did a video about her. Found some very interesting connections to her and J. Cole, who is Jay-Z's artist. Very interesting. This ain't even no damn allegedly. I found some very interesting information. And when it all comes out, somebody gonna be looking dumb. I mean, that person already got the dumbest YouTuber award for the what did I call those damn things? I forgot what I call those YouTube awards, but I might have to do another YouTube award. I might have to. I might just have to. But yeah, I'm pretty much like, I don't do 6-hour lives. That ain't me. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Chris Todd. Ariel Mitchell is tied to Chris Todd, the fraud. And you can connect the dots because Chris Todd was on a particular person's channel, aka the Black Kid. It's all it's all, I'm telling you, it's all tied in, it's all connected. And man, I really cannot wait to just really sink my teeth into this whole story of like how insidious this whole play was to gaslight the truth and make a person look crazy and scare tactics on this person and that, and they're doing all. I really cannot wait to really go in, bro. Like, oh man, I got documentaries that I'm working on, and I'm just like, I really cannot wait. It's like when you get some bread, you know, you gotta, you know, yeast and knead, and now you gotta let it sit. It's that type of process. You can't just rush it. Like, I can't just be like, oh, boom, put it in the oven. No, you gotta let it sit. You gotta let it ferment. You gotta let it do what it do. But you know, this bread finna be, ooh, this bread gonna be lovely. This bread is gonna be lovely. I'm telling you, for the past 8 months, I've been just, woo. And it ain't about money. Don't get it twisted. When I say bread, I'm just talking about just that process. You gotta respect God's process. And, you know, you got to let the yeast rise. You got to let things do what it do. And still other things are going to come out. But after this Diddy stuff, oh, man, let's go in on Ariel Mitchell. Let's go in on Piers Morgan. Let's go in on Sean Atwood. Let's go in on all these characters. Because I stated this a long time ago. I said, this whole thing that's going on with Diddy, it's going to be just like the OJ trial. And shout out to my guy, Mr. Carl Douglas. And he gave me some jewels. But Carl Douglas is still, you know, he got books, he got stuff. He's got, I mean, he still can talk about that OJ stuff. And that happened 30-something years ago. 40-something years ago, damn near now, right? No, not 40-something. It was 30-something. This whole Diddy thing is going to be just like $1 billion industry. I'll say it like that. It'll be $1 billion industry. I'll tell you what one thing too. Just like the Menendez brothers, that whole thing with the Menendez brothers was kind of scandalous, but it didn't bring billions of dollars in media and ad revenue like this Diddy thing is, like the OJ thing did. It did, you know, it did what it did. Oh, it's cool. Okay, you know, they some things happened to them, their parents, they did whatever, blah, blah, blah. And all right. But this Diddy stuff is gonna be here for a minute. And yeah, I think everybody attached to it, they'll be able to tell their story and they'll be able to monetize. They'll be able to, you know, do like, you know, Nicole Brown Simpson's sister did and all that, and Ron Goldman's family did and all that, you know. But now we got different facets of what's going on with this Diddy situation. The trial is coming soon. Looks like he's not going to be getting out of here no time soon. Diddy is done. Diddy's done. Diddy is done. So now we have backstories. We got the Ariel Mitchell side of the game, where I would say I and Jag kind of threw a wrench in her thing. I know she mad at me. She probably got her. Don't send your people to unalive me. I ain't worried about that. What 50 say? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got okay. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are mad at what I was able to do for Jaguar Wright and what Jaguar Wright did. They're mad. We messing up the church's money. So trust and believe that the tactics and the antics that they have been doing, it's CIA. That's why I even brought up CIA. It's CIA. Allegedly. Let's say that, allegedly. When you got an international guy like Piers doing what he did, you got a guy like Vlad doing what he's doing, still standing on his business saying she lying. When we got proof, it may not have been from at VladTV.com, but it was a representative of yours. You're wrong, Vlad. You're wrong. You wronger than two left shoes. And Ariel Mitchell, girl, you crazier than four Mexicans. That's all I can say. Ariel Mitchell, you are brazen to do something like that. To put a story together. You didn't research? They didn't tell you that she was in jail? That's crazy. Ariel Mitchell, you're wrong. I'm gonna bring back that you're wrong. That you're wrong was kind of from like Ed Lover. Shout out to Ed Lover. That's the OG. Come on, son. Come on, son. Piers Morgan, you're wrong. Vlad, you're wrong. Ariel Mitchell, you're wrong. Jerome, you're wrong. Yeah, a lot of people are going to eat off of this. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Down the line, I think they were trying to develop some backstory to sell books, to do X, Y, and Z, yada, yada. We effed up the Matrix. We messed up their Matrix. They're mad. And I'm proud. I'm glad. I don't throw whatever you got at me. Vlad knows me and knows of me. I already know you got your people out there investigating me and allegedly, and people will tell you, because I'm talking to my OGs, and they're like, yeah, you know of me, or you're very aware of what it is that I do. And I'm gonna clear up some stuff. Okay, Vlad, you only talk to real life maybe once or twice. I thought you were more embedded into them, but you definitely, I mean, bro, just like when you sat down with Adam 16 or Adam 22 and you said what you said to him, I caught that. Vlad, bro, come on, man. It's done. It's over. Pack it up. Go home. And I'm not, this is no threat or nothing like that, Vlad. You know what it is, bro. You on some bullshit. I'm saying you on some bullshit just from that email, you know, saying what you said about her and that she was lying and she has a mental illness, et cetera, et cetera. It's over, bro. Come on, man. You've been exposed. You all been exposed. Pack it up. Go somewhere else. But yeah, this whole play was just a thing so that people can make some money off of it down the line. 20 years later. Look at Tisa. Where did Tisa all of a sudden? Why was Tisa Tales in that Fall of Diddy? No, she wasn't in the Fall of Diddy documentary. She was in the other one. And then why they didn't highlight Natanya like how they should have? That's a shame. That's a shame. But be on the lookout. Behind the screen documentary. It's coming. It's coming. That's all I gotta really say. It's coming. Like your mama when she ride my, it's coming. She coming. All right. I had to get a little ratchet and stuff. Is there anything else? I see the chat. I appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button. Y'all know I don't be on here for a long time, but I'm gonna punch the clock. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm not missing no words, and I'm just not with the BS. So yeah, y'all look. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna go out like this. Shout out to Boo. Yeah. All right, y'all. Look. Any last words? Anybody? Y'all got something to say? I'm a shout outs right now. I'm putting them in the chats. Go ahead. What you want to say? I said Netzer to me. You two ate the super red carpet couple of YouTube. All right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, look, it's a whole lot of chicanery that people are just not willing to recognize or say anything about. Chris Todd the fraud, I may have to just expose you too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, y'all. What do y'all have to think? Give me some feedback. Oh, I said Netzer. Thank you. This goes to the church fund. But what do y'all have to say about what it is that I had to say? And I'll come back maybe one more time this week, maybe about the Atwood stuff. I ain't got nothing against Atwood, but I'm gonna just lay it all out. I'm gonna let it be known like how I really feel about it, and I'm gonna give y'all some insight on the behind the screen on that, because the vulture situation just threw me for a loop. Yeah. All right, we're gonna vibe out, y'all. Look, anybody got anything else to say? Let it be known. Put in the chat. And that's pretty much how we're gonna go out. Shout out to everybody in here. Yeah. All right, y'all. Yeah, y'all, look. All right, look. I think for the most part, moving forward, it'll be members only chat. Because we had weirdos like Pretty Boy Floyd and all these weirdos coming in here making their little comments or whatever. But yeah, from here on out, we'll just do members only chats. So you got to be a subscriber. No, I'll say subscribers only. Because my members is they members or whatever. And I'm going to do some members only stuff for y'all. I got something for y'all. But yeah, we just going to continue to do it that way, y'all. All right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all go ahead and have a good rest of the wonderful day. Enjoy your life. Don't sleep, all right? All right. All right. Peace. I think that's it. Is that it? All right. That's it, y'all. Peace.
Wolf gang, where you at, man? Wolf gang, where you at, man?